option first, but maybe you might want to try this as just a little warm up. You're going to start with the legs wide. Hands are going to be behind your head, just to warm up the spine here. Pull the belly in. Feet are flexed, and you're going to side bend toward your knee, and then you'll come to the other side, back to center. Good, just warming up that spine. Feel a nice stretch from the hip to the armpit here. And you can go ahead and add a bend in the knee. So this is going to be our beginner option. Also a nice way to just warm up. Now, if you'd like to move on, feel free to stay here, or we're going to start off strong with the exercise we did last week. So supine on your back, legs in a V, and you can do this exercise here. So feel free to stay in the beginner one, or you can move on up to this one. So you're rounded up, hands are behind your head, and you're bending the knee, and the elbow is reaching towards the knee. Good. Keep it going. And then we're going to do another set after we rest. You've got 3 more, whatever version you're doing. And then you can go ahead and bring your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a nice hug if you're on your back. If you're in the seated position, you can reach forward and stretch the hamstrings. Come back out to the starting position. We're going to go again. People on your back, we're going to send the legs down as we go. So each time you bend and straighten the leg, it's getting a little bit lower till you're at a really 45-degree angle. And then you're going to work your way back up. Exhale as you side bend. Reach. And you reach. Good. Keep it going. And then work your way back down again. You're going for one more set. And if you're in the seated position, you've continued with these side bends being upright. You've got 2 more. Last time. Good. And hug your knees in towards your chest if you're on your back. If you're seated, go ahead and stretch forward and stretch out those hamstrings. Good. And come to seated, everybody. Legs are long, the width of your mat. Arms are going to be out to the side. This looks like our saw that we do, but we're going to do, this one's called spine twist. So you're up nice and tall. If you're feeling rounded in the spine, you need to bend the knees. Arms start out, and you're going to exhale, rotate, come back to center, rotate a little further, and then rotate one more time back to center. So it goes exhale, 1, 2, 3, and center. And center. So this exercise program is about flexibility. So it's different than just, forward folding. We're going to add in an elbow. So go ahead and bend that back elbow here. So what's actually increasing our flexibility and mobility is not moving the hips and just rotating the spine. So we're not increasing the rotation by rolling the hips, which I'll show incorrectly here. Okay, last time, exhale, 1, 2, 3, back to center, and arms come down. Alrighty, legs are gonna come bent now. You can use the ball or towel if you'd like some inner thigh connection here. Arms are out in front of us, palms facing down. You're gonna round over your legs, and then you're gonna roll back halfway. Again, shoulders stay down, and you round up. So this is the beginner level. This is maybe a good first rep if you'd like to start here. So again, you're scooping out the belly, you're lengthening the front of the hips, and rounding over your legs. Good, keep it going. Last time. And rest, good. So we're gonna do another set. You can do that set, or you're gonna come to balance here, and you can roll back halfway, and then you come up, and you exhale, roll back, and up. So this is the advanced version, so you can choose to do this one as your second rep. If you're not ready for that, legs can stay down, and you can continue with the beginner version. Exhale, you round, and you round back halfway. Reach up, and around, and over. And again, the advanced version here is you're just deepening that C curve and then rolling back up. Exhale, roll back halfway, up, We've got 3 more. Last 2. Last 1. Good. Legs come down. And you can round down all the way on your back. And you can pull one leg in towards your chest. If you can't lay on your back, then you'll do a forward fold. Good. One more round of breath here. Good. We're going to go for another version of this. So I'll show the beginner version first. You can choose to use the towel in between the legs to keep that inner thigh connection. You're going to do the same movement with your spine, but you're going to slide open the arm for your obliques. So it's the same beginner version, you're just adding some obliques. You can add an elbow if this feels more comfortable for you. And you can choose to maybe do this as your first set. Again, really deepening that C curve. I'm going to show the advanced now. Legs are suspended and you roll back halfway and then you come back up. So same exercise as the half roll back with the legs suspended, except you're adding that rotation which is involving the obliques. So we're trying to come back up to that starting point each time if your legs are suspended especially. Keep going and I'll show again the beginner version. We've got 3 more each side. Last time. And rest. Good. Stretch out those hip flexors if you need. You can lay on your back and pull your knees in towards your chest. Or if you can't lay on your back and you need that hip flexor stretch, you can come to your kneeling lunge. Give those hip flexors a stretch because we're all going to do our teaser prep next, which is involving a lot of holding the legs up. Okay, you're ready to move on. We're going to do our teaser prep. So it's similar to the advanced version of the half rollback that I just showed. So you're going to hang on underneath your knees and you're going to roll back off your sit bones and your legs are going to balance. If this is too much for you, you can also do the exercise here on your forearms. Okay, you're going to take one hand off, maybe the other, and we start here and we just hold. So this is the beginner version. If you'd like to do the advanced, legs are going to open. You stretch out to a V, back, down, and close. And you open and reach. Bend the knees and close. We're still holding if you're just doing the beginner version. Open and stretch for the advanced. Bend and close. And again, open and stretch. Bend. Last hold for here. 3, 2, 1. Roll through the low back and rest. Stretch out those hip flexors. And I'll just show briefly if you were doing the forearm, it would be here. You could also do the advanced version on your forearm since you don't have to hold yourself up. Good. Okay. The next exercise is safe for everyone. So I won't break it down too much. This one's rolling like a ball. So if you have any neck issues, please don't do this one, but you're going to rock back again. Legs are going to suspend and you're going to roll through the low back onto your upper back and then you come back to your balance. So what I'm looking for here is that when you come up, the pelvis doesn't do any kind of loosey-goosey stuff. So you roll back and then you come up, put the brakes on. And again. So if you're feeling any plopping down, that means you're not round. So you need to chuck the chin towards the chest and deepen through your low back. This is creating that flexibility in the spine that we need to create a smooth, rounding, rocking motion with the body. Maybe loosen the grip on your legs a little bit. Last time. Good. And come to your balance. We're all going to balance here for our teaser again. Arms come off maybe. Maybe stretch the legs up to a high V and then raise the arms up by the ears. Feel free to stay here for the advanced hold, or you can bend the knees, roll through the low back and rest. If you're choosing to do the hold, you have 3 more seconds. 2, and 1, and you rest. Good. And come down, stretch those hip flexors. And again, you can come forward if you can't go on your back to stretch the front of the legs there. Okay, so now we're gonna progress to our roll over. This is not safe for everyone, so you can choose to either, if you can't lay on your back, you can do the rolling like a ball again, or you can do your half roll back with your hands underneath the knees. For those of us that it is safe, you're gonna scoot towards the front of your mat. Make sure you have space behind you. Let's actually start, this would be a better start. Let's go on your back, legs are gonna be at a diagonal. You'll hinge them up towards the ceiling. Then you're gonna pick them up and over. Toes don't have to touch, but maybe they do. And then you're gonna roll through the spine, bum comes down slowly, and you lengthen the legs out. And again, up and over. Maybe the toes touch, maybe they don't. Nice stretch throughout the spine. And you roll through the low back and lengthen out. 2 more like this. Up and over, gently reach the toes. And we roll through. Last time like this. And again, reach up and over. Good. Alrighty. Feel free to stay here and do those a few more times if you'd like to progress. We're going to do our rolling like a ball into our roll over. So we come here to our balance, our rolling like a ball. You're going to deepen the C curve, and then hands come down to the mat, and then legs go up and over. And then as you come down, knees will bend and you'll come up to your balance. So this is the advanced version here. Arms come down, up and over. Maybe they touch, maybe they don't. And through the spine and up. Last time here. Deepen the C curve, up and over. Reach. Good. And bend and balance. Wherever you are, everyone's going to come back to their teaser. We're strengthening the front of those hips today. We're going to come for our balance. I want everybody to open their legs. You stretch the toes long, reach the arms, roll through the low back, and rest. Good. Maybe swing the legs from side to side. You can choose to do your favorite hip flexor stretch. You can do your pigeon real quick. Just a few, maybe 30 seconds or so. Good. Okay, come back to seated. I'll give a few options here. This is called open leg rocker. Really working on that spinal articulation here today. Okay, so you're gonna rock back again to the back of your sit bones. So I'm gonna show the beginner version. Beginner version is legs are open and you hold underneath your knees, and you can choose to just stay here for a balance, or you can rock back onto your upper back and back up. Now the advanced version, you can hold on your calves or your ankles. Got to have a lot of flexibility for this one. And you want to pull into your teaser. And then you're going to round back and you come back up. This one's hard. And exhale, reach. And again, round back and you sit up. So you're pulling on your legs, and you can bend at any time. If you're feeling stuck, like I just got stuck a few times. And I need to scoot up. A few more. You round back and you sit up. Last time. Exhale, you sit up. Good. Bend the knees and rest. So what we're working on here is the strength in the pelvis to not dip it around, especially on our way up. So when we come up here, we don't want the pelvis to kind of tip forward. Okay, that's those low abdominals that we're working on. Okay, let's lay on our back. Arms are going to come up overhead. We're going to do our roll up here. Feet can flex. Arms are going to reach up towards the ceiling. You exhale, round up, and then you're going to reach forward towards your toes. And then you're going to round through the low belly, roll off your sit bones, and reach the arms up. So everyone keep doing this. Good. And round all the way forward. For those of us that can't lay on our back, again, we're just going to go back to our half roll back, and then you're going to lengthen back out. And you'll bend the knees, roll back halfway, and then lengthen out, round over and reach towards your toes. You can stay hanging out over your toes for a little bit as you round back and over. The rest of us are going all the way down. Arms are reaching up overhead. Exhale, round up, and a reach for those toes. Again, we're working on flexibility, mobility, and movement here. Last time, reach up, exhale, and a reach for those toes. Let's hang out here for a hamstring stretch. You can flex your feet, pull on those toes, get a stretch all the way down into the calves. Good. And come all the way up. Alrighty. Let's go into another hip flexor stretch, because we did a lot of suspending. So maybe do your pigeon, and we're gonna hang out here for a few, maybe 30 to 40 seconds here on each side. So even though we're pausing for a stretch here, we still want to pull the belly in. So we're still focused on our form. That's how we're actually gonna increase our flexibility. So we don't want the leg hanging out over here, trying to press straight through the center of our pelvis. You're pulling your belly in to protect the low back from dipping down. And you're breathing into the stretch. Your muscles need that oxygen, so don't hold your breath. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And gently push yourself up. And we're gonna go to the other side. If that's not an option for you, sitting in that position, you can do your kneeling lunge, raising that arm up to increase that stretch. Breathe into that stretch wherever you are. Pull the belly in to support this position here. Good, and gently come on up. Okay, we're gonna do an ab series now. So you can be on your back or propped up on your forearms or propped up against something. Hands are gonna be behind the head, legs come to tabletop. Okay, so here check in with the low back. Make sure that there's not an arch present. So what you wanna do is place your hand underneath the small of your back and then use your abdominals, press into them just to make sure that that's nice and flat. Then you can remove your hand. You're gonna curl up and you're gonna stay up. If this is too much for you, you can also do it with your head down. So here we go. Legs are gonna open to a diamond. They're gonna stretch out to a low diagonal. They're gonna bend back to your diamond, and then you're gonna close the legs. And again, you open, exhale, reach, zip those inner thighs together. Keep the small of the back down, diamond, and close. And again. And you press back to your diamond, and you close. And again, stretch. You're going out, out, out on the diagonal. Keep the small of the back and down. Keep going in this way. I'm going to show the alternate version. So you're going to be pressed up on your forearms and you open and you stretch. Diamond and close. You've got two more. And rest. Come down. All right, so I don't know if I was clear, but we're gonna do it again. The legs need to go to your diamond shape. Your feet are connected, and then you stretch the legs out. The heels stay connected, so you're in a, both legs are stretched out straight. And then you bend back to your diamond, and then you close. Okay, so let's try again. Here we go. Open the legs. Heels stay connected as you stretch out. Yep, zip the inner thighs together. Bend the knees, and close. And open, and press. Diamond, and close. And again, open. Stretch it out. You should feel those low abdominals. If you don't, take the legs lower. And close. Last time, diamond. Stretch to the low diagonal, 45 degrees. Diamond, and close. And rest. You can lay on your back. Work. Okay. Next one. We're still going to be on our back, your hands behind your head. You're going to flex the feet. Your legs are at a 90-degree angle. And again, you're using the tummy to scoop in so that your low back isn't arching. You're gonna drop one heel down towards the mat, and you only lower it as far as you can keep the small of the back down, and then you raise it back up. And again, you reach the other leg down, lots of abs here, and you come back. Keep going in this way. I'm gonna show the beginner version. You can be propped up, both legs here, and you can do one leg at a time, or you can keep one leg down and lift and lower, and then you'd switch. Okay, here's the beginner version if you can't lay on your back. Keep it going, those of us that are on our back. Exhale as you lower down, inhale to lift back up. Last time each side, small of the back is still pressing into the mat. Last time, and rest. Good. You can windshield wiper the legs from side to side, release that low back there. If you were propped up on your forearms, you can do a forward fold. Alrighty. We're gonna come up, everyone's gonna be on their forearms for this next one. Surprise, surprise, more hip flexors. This is a good one though. If it is too much on your hip flexors, you can just keep the knees bent, but this is also the beginner version. This is called hip twist. So maybe start here. Legs are gonna fall to one side, they stay together, they circle down, and then they come up to the other side and back to center, and then you reverse. Okay, so here's the beginner version. Advanced is straight legs. So you're just lengthening the lever here, which puts more pressure on the abdominals, so they have to participate a little bit more. And other side. Back up, and again. Exhale as it gets further away. If the hips are clicking, you can open the legs just a little bit. Last time each side, exhale, round around. Good, abs are strong. Last time, good, and rest, lay down on your back. Hug one knee in towards your chest, send the other one long. If you can't lay on your back, you know the drill. You're gonna be upright like this. And switch legs if you haven't already. Good. All right, and we're gonna pause for about 30 seconds for everyone to get some water. Okay. All right, next 5 minutes is gonna be stretching. So we're gonna come with our legs long. Arms are gonna be wide. We're gonna go for our saw. So you start by lifting up with an inhale and then you rotate. Back thumb is gonna go down and you reach your pinky finger towards your pinky toe and head goes towards your knee. And then you round up in your rotation and you come back to center. And again, other side. And here, so again, we're increasing our flexibility by not rotating the hips. So you go to one side, as you reach down, the opposite hip doesn't follow the stretch, it stays down and back. And you come on up, and again. Round yourself up, back to center, and again. Got one more time each side. Enjoy this stretch. Rotate, exhale. Send that head towards the knee. Back thumb goes down and you roll up. Last time, you rotate. And you round up. Good, and back to center. All right, let's stretch out those sides. So we're gonna come and do a modified mermaid. So your legs are gonna be stacked. Good. Elbow can come down if you'd like. And you're gonna side bend here. and then you come up. So this is the beginner version. And then you're gonna side bend the other direction, and I'll show you the advanced after this rotation here. Good, okay. So feel free to stay here doing this stretch if that feels good, or if you'd like to do the advanced, you start with the mermaid going down to one side. Then you're gonna roll onto your back. You're gonna come up to your teaser, and then you come back down and side bend. And again, you go up and reach that hand towards your toes, and side bend. And again, you reach and down. Keep that going if that's the version you're doing. If you're doing the other version, then you're just going to continue side bending. Good. If you are doing the advanced version, you'd like to take it one step further, you can side bend over. You rotate to your teaser. You come down on your elbow and you'll go to the other side. And then you'll come up through your teaser. Elbow comes down as you bend the knees, and you side bend over. And then you go up to your teaser. Elbow comes down, bend the knees, and you're on the other side. And again, teaser up, elbow down, bend, and side bend. Good. All right, we gotta do the other side now. So swing the legs over. Good, we'll start with the beginner. So elbow is down, and you press into your arm, and then you'll side bend this way. Good, maybe do one more of these, even if you're gonna do the advanced version. And you press. Good. Feel free to stay here, or if we're doing the advanced version, you're gonna side bend first, you're on your elbow. You'll rotate towards your legs, reach up, and then you bend and you come back. And again, onto your bum, reach up for your teaser, knees bend, and side bend. Good, last time like this, if this is the version you're doing. And side bend, and now we're gonna go all the way through the center to the other side. So you come up, elbow bends, knees bend, and you'll side bend to the other side. And then you'll come down, and you'll reach, bend, and down. And again, reach, and you press, and reach, bend. Keep going with the other version. Last time for the full, and you rotate towards your legs, reach your hand up, bend the elbow, and you come onto your side. Nice. Good. Shake it out. Good work. A little bit of coordination. All right, guys. Let's just take a moment and stretch out the back here. So we're going to come to our child's pose. Take some time here, and then we're going to do some kneeling work. So again, really open the legs and send the body through the center. Reach the fingers away from the toes. Breathe into your sticky spots here. Bring your legs a little bit more together, and you're going to put your hips off to one side and send your hands to the other side. So you're getting a rounded shape here. And then you switch to the other side. Should feel really good on the back there. All right. Let's come to our hands and knees. We'll start with cat and cow, and then we'll do a series kneeling. If this hurts your knees, being on your knees for a long time, you can roll up your mat on your knees or get a towel or something. So we'll start wrists underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, and you're gonna round the spine, and then you send the belly low, and again, you round up, and send the hips away, and again, round up, press, and dip the belly low. Really pull your skin to your muscles, to your bones, to the ceiling when you round up. Last time you're gonna dip the belly low, but not too low. Come to a slight extension and back to neutral. Let's windshield wiper the legs from side to side. And your head can kind of curve towards those toes there. Good. Alrighty. Get your towel or your ball if you have that close. Okay. So we're going to use that in a second. Just keep it by your hands. All right. So the first one, you're on your hands and knees. I think we did this maybe the first week. You're going to pick your left leg up. Both hands stay down for the first few. And check in and make sure you're not kind of hanging out on that right hip and your left hip isn't rolled open. So you're nice and square, belly's pulling up, and you're going to tap the toe and lift. Tap and lift. You can lift the toe as high as you can keep the spine neutral. So too high if your belly starts dipping low. So we'll start here. If this is where you want to stay, feel free. Or you can take the right hand and you lift it out and you tap the toe and lift. So really press into the left hand as you pull the belly up. You're not hanging out on that right hip. You've got two more. Belly is pulling in and you rest. Hand comes down, leg comes in. Shake it out. Good. Okay, let's do the other side. So you start with both hands down. Right leg goes long. Check in and make sure you're nice and straight. Tap the toe and lift. Good. If you feel good here, go ahead and take the left hand off. Send it out long. Good. Press into the right hand to keep the belly up. Keep that right hip rolled down. You're using the glutes to lift. Last two. Last one. And you come in and rest. You can sit back on your heels. All right, next one. You come back to lifting the left leg out. You can do this with both hands down if you'd like. That's going to be the beginner version. And you're going to do circles with the leg. The advanced version is the right arm goes out to the side like a T. Pull the belly in. Small circles here. Trying not to open the hip, leg stays parallel, and reverse that circle. Exhale, press into that left hand. Last time. Good, hand comes down, knee bends in. Shake it out. All right, let's do the other side. Send the right leg out. You can keep the hands down if you'd like. And you're going to start your circles. Advanced version is the left hand goes out to the side like a T. Exhale. These are hard. So remember, we're not dipping in the belly and you're not opening the hip. Good. This is increasing mobility in the hip joint and strengthening the abs. Reverse the circle. Pull up on that right side. Last time. Good. And you rest. Sit back on your heels. Alrighty. Let's keep it going. Left leg goes back out. Now, you can keep the hands down and just bend and extend the knee if this is where you'd like to stay. Or the advanced version is the opposite arm comes out and you bend in. You're not rounding yet. So it should be neutral spine. Pull the elbow towards the knee without moving the spine. And again, slide it in and out. In and out. One more. In and out. Now you can add the rounding. So bend in, round the spine and stretch. Extend the spine on your way out. And again, we round and reach. And last time, round and reach. Hand comes down, knee comes down, shake it out. Good. Gotta do the other side. Right leg goes out. You can bend and extend with both hands down for the beginner version, or take that left hand out and you're sliding the elbow towards the knee. Spine doesn't move. Press up on that right side. Two more. Last time. Good. Now you can add your extension and your flexion. Round in and stretch up. Two more. And reach. Last time. and reach. Good, hand comes down, leg comes down. Sit back on your heels for your child's pose. Don't forget about your breath. Doing good, guys? Thumbs up. Good, okay. Alrighty. You're gonna grab onto that towel or ball if you have it. It's gonna go in between your calf and your hamstring. Pretty sure we did this one last time too. It's a good one though. This leg is gonna come up. So again, here, same thing we've been talking about the whole time. You don't wanna lift that hip up. So knee points down, and you're gonna flex that foot and you're gonna stamp your foot onto the ceiling. Good, press, and you press, press. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep it lifted, and you're gonna do circles here. So again, this exercise is increasing your hip mobility. It's only gonna do that though if you're isolating the hip. And you're doing that by strengthening the abdominals, and reverse the circle. Remember, leg stays parallel. Exhale at the tricky spots, especially when the leg is getting wider. Last circle here. Good, and you come down to rest. Switch that towel to the other leg. Stretch out the wrist if you need. Good, okay. Just make sure that towel is secure. Bring that leg up. Again, knees pointing down, tummy's pulling in. Flex the foot and you press up, 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 up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, keep it up. And you do your circles. Again, you're not hanging it out on that left hip. Tummy's pulling in, and reverse the circle. If your wrists are hurting, then come back more center, so not so much weight is on your wrists. Last circle. And leg comes down, and you rest. Good. And take the towel out. Roll the wrists out. Good, and we're gonna do a stretch here on our hands and knees and we'll be done. So you're gonna come back to your hands and knees, you're gonna take one hand free and you're gonna slide it through, like thread the needle. Good, try to lower your shoulder down, but keep your hips up. You can slide that front hand away from you to increase the stretch. Easy here. Good, walk that front hand back closer to you. You're gonna unwind yourself. Good, and let's do the other side. Shoulder drops, and you can reach that top arm away. Good, and slowly bring that front arm back in and unwind. Good. You can sit back on your heels, get some water if you need, roll the wrists out. We're gonna be on our tummy next. For those of us that can't be on our tummy, you'll do these exercises seated, and I'll show those as well. All right, so we're gonna counter all of that flexion we just did with some extension in the back, which is good for all of us. So I'll show the tummy first. You're gonna come down onto your belly. You want your legs to be probably the width of your mat, turned out and open. Arms start a goalpost. And little to no weight in the hands here. You're gonna roll a marble away with your nose, and you're gonna come up, and then you roll back down. Good, and so the whole time you're pulling your belly away from the mat, especially when you lower down. So stay there, keep doing those. If you can't lay on your stomach, you'll be seated here. And arms will go goal post, and you'll arch the spine here, and then you'll reach back up. And again, you arch and reach. Keep that going. One more. Good. And then you're going to bring your arms down now by your hips. Head is down, shoulders are rolled forward. And then you're going to round the shoulders back, reach the fingertips towards the toes, crown of the head away from the feet, lift your chest off, and you lower back down. So careful when you lower back down. That's the most important part here, that your belly doesn't stay. You need to pull it up. So we don't want the belly to dip. Last time like this. Good. You guys keep going and I'll show the seated version. For you, arms stay up and you're going to reach up and arch the back. And then you come back to center. So what we're looking for here is thoracic flexion, which is your upper middle back here, not in the lumbar. So pull the low belly in and you're just arching that upper back. Last time for us here on the mat. Good. Now, hands are going to come to your forehead. Back of the hands on the forehead. Legs are still open and turned out. And you'll lift up here and you lower down. And again, you lift up and down. So you're pointing the elbows down to keep the exercise out of your lower traps. The more you pull your tummy up and away from the mat, the higher you're going to be able to come off the mat. And for us seated, arms are here and we pull back and we go forward and we go back and forward. Again, the low belly is not poking out. Just that upper back. Last time. Good. And we reach the arms forward. Rest. So for those of us on our stomach, we're going to do the full version. So arms start in our goalpost. You're going to reach them forward and then they swing around toward your hips and you lift up even higher. Then you're going to lower to your neutral line, dive the arms forward, and then you reach up and back and again. And you pull back. When you reach forward, pull the belly away from the mat. That's going to lengthen you out. And you reach. Good. Keep going. Those of us that can't do that, we're just going to do the arm movement here. So again, you reach up and you're going to have that slight thoracic flexion in the spine. You can also be seated this way to do it. Last time. And you reach. Good. And you rest. Press back onto your heels. Stretch the back out. You can also do the stretch seated this way. Good work. Okay, we're going to head back down to our bellies. This one's called swimming. This is really good. Because your arms, your delts and your scapula and then your glutes, all of those are going to work as mobilizers, and then your obliques and your multifidus, which are these strong muscles that support the torso, they're going to hold you still. Okay, so you're going to reach your arms out straight. You're going to lift up arms and legs, and then you're going to slap water with your arms and legs. You're trying not to move the torso, and your belly is pulling up and away from the mat. And you breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep it going. If you can't go on your tummy, you're going to do this exercise seated with just the arms. So your arms will be moving up and down. It's going to feel different because you're not working against gravity and you're not using your legs, but still pretty beneficial here. You've got 3 more. And out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one, in and out, 3, 4, 5, and rest. Sit back on your heels. Good. Last one on our belly. Legs are going to be open, heels together. Hands, forehead is going to be on the hands. This one's called heel squeeze prone. So your knees are open, and then you're going to lift your heels towards the ceiling. Good. So your knees will come off. Again, you want to pull the belly away. So when you lift the heels up, you'll feel your pubic bone kind of lowering down towards the mat. That's good. Keep it going. If you can't lay on your tummy, you'll go back to your hands and knees, and you'll do a single leg like this. And then you'll switch. 3 more. Last 2. Last 1. Good. And rest. You can do child's pose or just lay there on the mat for a few seconds. All right. We're going to finish with some side kneeling work. So feel free to get some water. So the last few minutes here. Okay, so everyone can do these exercises, and I'll show some progressions and regressions if you'd like to take it easy. Okay, so you're going to be on one knee. Let's start on your left knee, and then the other leg's going to go out. So you should look like this. Yep. And your arm is going to come out. Good. This top arm can be here, or if you feel like unstable, you know, it can hang onto your body or the floor here. Let's start with it up though. Pull the belly in. You're going to lift the leg to your hip height, and you're going to lower back down. And you lift. So you're just tapping the foot and lifting back up. Tap and lift. Tap and lift. 3, 2, 1. Take a break if you need. If you'd like to continue, leg is going to swing forward, and then it comes back to your straight line. Good. And it goes forward and back out. You're trying to stay stable here, and your leg stays level, so it does not dip down to get forward as you swing it forward. Last time here. Good. Bring it back to the side. Lower the leg down. You're going to come up, and you're going to side bend towards that straight leg. Good. You're going to keep rotating towards your straight leg, and you're going to stretch the hamstring here. Good. You're going to swing back. You'll come back up, and you'll side bend the other direction. Feel free to stay here and just enjoy the stretch. If you'd like to do the advanced version, we're going to continue rotating that way towards your plank. So your hand's going to come down, your leg's going to rotate, and you're going to press up to your plank, and you're going to hold. If you're not doing the plank, then feel free to just stay in your side bend, or you can do the plank on your knees. Also an option. And we're holding. Pull the belly in. Send the heels away. We're breathing. Last 3, 2, 1. Good. Knees come down, and you rest. Okay. Let's do the other side. So now you're on your right knee. Right hand comes down. Left leg comes out. Good. Arm can go up to the ceiling. And you're going to lift that leg up. And you'll tap and lift. Tap and lift. Last 3, 2, last 1. Take a break, or let's keep going. Leg stays up and it swings forward. Good. It's staying parallel and level. To the best of your ability, swing it forward and back. And back. 2 more. Come on, last one. You got it. Leg comes all the way back before you put it down. Good. And then if you come up, you're going to side bend towards that leg. Good. Keep the rotation going. You're going to rotate towards your leg and send that back, swing the back foot around. Good. Swing that back foot back, and you're going to come back up, and you'll side bend the other direction, so towards your bent knee. Good. Feel free to stay here, or you're going to press up to your plank. So you rotate in one motion, you pick up to your plank. Good. Pull the belly in. So you can do your full plank, or you can drop down to the knees. You can also feel free to stay in your side bend that you were just in, and no plank today, that's fine too. Pull the belly in, send the heels away. We've got it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees come down and you rest. Good. Let's find our way to standing. And we're going to do our roll down. So you're at the back of your mat. You start by rolling your shoulders down and away from your ears. Good. And then you're going to start to melt the chin forward. Roll down and reach. Your hands can reach for your knees, your shins, or your toes, or the ground. If this is where you'd like to stop, feel free. Or if you'd like to increase the stretch, you can walk yourself out to your down dog. If you haven't had enough abdominals, you can walk yourself out even further to your plank, and you can hold. Feel free to stay at any point, any stretch that you'd like. If you're in your plank, we're going to hold for 3 more seconds, then you're going to walk your hands back to your down dog and stretch. If you're in your down dog already, we'll meet you there. And we'll start to walk your hands back towards your feet. If you stayed in just the roll down, we'll meet you right there. Drop the head. And then you're going to bend the arms and you're going to grab onto your elbows. Let the head hang. Good. Hands reach to the mat. You're going to bend the knees. You're going to come to a little ball. And you're going to give yourself a nice hug. Squeeze yourself in. Thank your body for doing what you asked it to today. Hands gently come to the ground. Knees lower down. Untuck the toes. And sit back on your heels. Hands come on top of your knees. And we'll do 3 rounds of breath here. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. And gently open your eyes. And we are all done.